Okay, so it's Giles here again, and this week we're going to be installing a servo to control the rudders. And so this is where we were last week. We've got working rudder movement working with this the joiner plate. I've just removed this aluminium sheet out of the bottom there because it was adding just a little bit too much thickness to the whole thing. I've got a standard RC servo that's been in the cupboard for years, and so we're going to try and mount this about here with a horn coming off it that goes through joins onto a pin going through here. So the idea is that this can slide slightly in there, and it allows us to have the two things not having a shared center. In order to attach a piece onto this servo, I've lost the arms that came with it. I've 3D printed a little horn. The problem with servos is that you have the sprocket on the end of them, but you can't print something of that detail, and so getting a good grip on the servos is very difficult. My solution is to use yet another clamping tightener. I'm a big fan of them, as you can see with these guys. And this one just tightens down onto it, and you've got the 4 holes there that allow you to have different lengths of arm, and that's very important because not quite sure what sort of throw we're going to need. So basically it just pops on there. You can tighten it down onto here, and you have to hold it slightly. So then you can just move the servo with it, and that's working pretty well. I'm very pleased with that. So now we've got that installed, what we need to do is come up with 2 rails for the servo to mount on. I think that's the technique we're going to use. I think I'm just going to make 2 square frames that glue onto the base and have holes in to put the servo mounting screws on. I want to have frames because this wire needs to clear in the bottom, but also I can't mount it. I'm not going to mount on this bulkhead because it'd be a massive pain. So we'll see how that works out, and I'll go and draw that up on the CAD and have it printed. Okay, so as you just seen, I printed up these parts, and basically what we've got is 2 spaced off rails with a load of holes in which we're going to attach the servo in, and a load of holes to attach it to the actual plates. So the way that the servo sits is just like this, and so now I'm just going to screw this into the base down there. So I've got these little brass screws to do that, and I'll be using a little multi-tool. Okay, so here we go. I've mounted up the servo on the rails and screwed it down, and then I've just put everything together basically. But as you can see, I'm getting a pretty limited control throw, so now there's just going to be a little bit of adjustment to make it all work properly. I might make this piece a little bit longer, or I might try some other little bits of adjustment. Okay, so I've got everything all set up now with a quick Arduino shield just writing out to the servo, powered by a little battery pack. So you can see that the servo's actuating it all right. We've only got about 30 degrees of control for throw, so it's not ideal, but I think the whole mounting setup is fairly adjustable, so we should be able to get a half decent result once we've had a little fiddle with it. But that's all I've got time for this week, so thank you very much for watching, and remember to like and subscribe.